so entangled.
At that moment, I just lost my voice. I mean, I lost it because it wasn't fun anymore. It wasn't what I wanted to do from the beginning when I started to work for myself. And yeah, I needed a month, and I found it after a while.